Taylor Sheridan officially retcons Beth and Rip's Yellowstone ending for Dutton Ranch. A major element in Beth and Rip's Yellowstone ending has been officially retconned by Taylor Sheridan for Dutton Ranch. Following a tumultuous behind-the-scenes situation, Yellowstone ended in 2024 with an intense final batch of episodes that was anchored by the death of John III, in light of the shocking exit of Kevin Costner. The murder became Beth's motivation throughout the rest of the series, with her final revenge act finally killing Jamie, just as she promised him. After that, Sheridan gave her, Rip, and their adopted son, Carter, arguably the perfect send-off. With the original Dutton Ranch being returned to the Broken Rock Reservation, Yellowstone left the couple as they settled on their newly bought 7,000-acre farm located outside of Dillon, Montana. The Neo-Western series on Paramount Network even showed the pair enjoying their new property as they start a brand new life away from the complicated legacy of the Dutton family on John III inherited ranch. Beth and Rip's fresh settlement was supposed to be the backdrop of their new show, but the Dutton Ranch trailer confirms an important retcon. Dutton Ranch moves Beth and Rip's new property from Montana to Texas. Luke Grimes Marshall started a new era of Yellowstone storytelling as he returned as Case in the network series. With the procedural now established as part of CBS's 2025 to 2026 TV cycle, his siblings are set to also kick off their story in Dutton Ranch on Paramount+. Confirmed to premiere on May 15th, marketing for the show has now properly started with the release of its first trailer, which confirms a major change to Beth and Rip's life. Instead of being in Dillon, the pair's ranch, and hence Dutton Ranch, will now be set in Texas. Aside from Dutton Ranch's trailer, the official information from Paramount Plus confirms that the pair is indeed moving down south, from Montana to Texas, although it's uncertain where exactly in the latter they have settled. Whether Sheridan offers an explanation for this change in terms of the storyline is unclear at this point. It's worth noting that when Beth had already bought the property before asking Rip about it, hoping that it would be the perfect settlement for both of them. It was big enough for him to make a living out of it, and it was isolated enough for her to leave peacefully without having to deal with other people. What Beth and Rip's move to Texas means for the bigger Yellowstone franchise. Objectively, the location retcon makes sense for Dutton Ranch. When Beth first talked about the property, she made it sound so far removed from other people, which was exactly what she would have wanted. In fact, when Rip mentioned how far it was from a bar, she retorted by saying that he would just build her one in their home. As idyllic as this setup was for the couple and Carter, it would have been difficult to come up with compelling stories for Dutton Ranch. Unfortunately, the show needs problems for Beth and Rip to solve, otherwise, there would be no stakes. The drawback of this, however, is how it widens the gap between Case and Beth. John III's son continues to live at East Camp with Tate and Marshalls. Had his sister stayed at the original location of her new ranch, she and Rip would still be easily accessible to his younger brother, as Dillon is about 40 miles west of the Bozeman area, where the events of Yellowstone took place. Now that they are in Texas in Dutton Ranch, they are about a 20-hour drive away. It would easily explain why Case can't just call them for help, although Marshalls have already confirmed that they remain in contact.